News 25 is brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
A rare weather occurrence touches down in Pahrump, and a local man is arrested for sexual assault. News 25 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 25 with Unette Gentry. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Pictures and video confirm a funnel cloud touches down locally. It's Thursday, May 23rd. I'm Unette Gentry. Weather authorities confirmed the occurrence of a tornado right here in Pahrump.
The National Weather Service has confirmed today that what Pahrump residents witnessed yesterday was actually a tornado during the weak thunderstorm. Some thought it was a dust devil or dirt devil near the center of town. The National Weather Service originally classified it as a funnel cloud. The classification changed when they received pictures and videos of what they called a land spout or a tornado. The difference is a tornado or land spout touches the ground. A land spout is a thin or short-lived occurrence like what you see here. They usually only cause minor damage, if any. The National Weather Service says that this occurred during a weak thunderstorm yesterday afternoon around 12:30. They said there has been no report of any damage or injury as a result.
Please be careful out there, and road conditions are still a bit spotty. In fact, Deanna O'Donnell is on her way right now to an accident, and we will have those details for you on later editions of News 25. And speaking of weather, our very own weatherman, Michael Donahue, attended the Weather Spotter training at the Nye County Emergency Services Building on Seary Lane.
The National Weather Service Las Vegas office held a free 2-hour storm spotting course at the Nye County Emergency Service Training Room earlier this month.
Flash floods scare me, and lightning, because lightning can just bam. You don't have no warning sometimes. So if the storm is within 10-15 miles of you, you can get struck.
Besides teaching skills such as fundamentals of storm structure and basics of thunderstorm development, the course encouraged attendees to join the Skywarn program, a volunteer organization made of between 350 to 400,000 storm spotters.
A wall cloud is a local lowering in a thunderstorm, a very strong thunderstorm. They only occur when there's been rain and it's ingesting that cold rain, wet air.
According to a press release, the Las Vegas office receives assistance from over 1,000 trained spotters.
We're there 24/7 every day of the year. Please give us a call.
For more information, visit the National Weather Service website at weather.gov/Las Vegas or call the office at 702-263-9744. For News 25, I'm Connor Glisson.
And the Nye County Sheriff's Office has issued report of a man and a woman arrested after trading sex for rent.
Patrol members be advised.
Police arrested Todd A. LaCour on May 9th on one count of sexual assault. Police say the victim made an arrangement with LaCour 2 weeks ago, where she would have sex with him in order to stay in his motorhome at Union Pacific. Allegedly, the sex was consensual between the two, but the victim would wake up at night to find LaCour trying to have sex with her without consent. According to a police report, this happened most nights, including the night before LaCour's arrest. Police say on that day, LaCour tried to have sex with the victim in a position she was not comfortable with, after she explicitly told him not to. According to a police report, LaCour admitted to the arrangement with the victim and his attempts to have sex with her while she was sleeping. The report also says LaCour was taken into custody and transported to the Nye County Detention Center.
And stay tuned to News 25 when we return. More reports of unusual arrests after a granny is reportedly taken into custody for assaulting a mother-to-be. We'll be right back.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 25. And in more local arrests, a grandmother is taken into custody for allegedly assaulting a pregnant woman.
Police arrested Carla Leah Moore on May 15th. She faces 1 count of first-degree domestic battery and 1 count of first-degree child abuse or neglect. Police say Moore drove her boyfriend and a 16-year-old girl to Quest Diagnostics on South Highway 160 to have the girl's blood drawn. According to a police report, the girl was pregnant, and the doctors recommended she provide a blood sample. Allegedly, when they got to the business, the girl told Moore she would rather have her blood drawn on Friday because she had a job interview. Police say Moore walked to the passenger side door and dug her nails into the girl's palm in order to force her out of the car. Moore then allegedly punched the girl in the stomach, and when the girl got out, Moore punched her several more times in the stomach. According to a police report, the girl managed to get away from Moore, and Moore drove away at high speed. Police say Moore claims she didn't punch the girl, and she doesn't remember what happened.
Turning to national news, now here's Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, the investigation into President Trump's dealings is hitting the stock market. The president cut short a meeting with Democratic leader Senator Schumer and Speaker Pelosi, saying he wants to do infrastructure, but not while being investigated. A number of infrastructure stocks hit the skids. Also in politics and money, the $20 bill featuring African-American political activist Harriet Tubman is delayed for 8 years. The process started under President Obama. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin says instead there will be a focus on anti-counterfeiting upgrades to the $10 and $50 bills. President Trump criticized putting Tubman on the 20 during the 2016 campaign. Expenses are adding up in the fallout from the groundings of Boeing 737 MAX. Chinese airlines are joining the list of carriers demanding compensation from Boeing. American, Southwest, and Norwegian recently revealed a combined loss of $600 million.
Winter weather fans are looking forward to a new lodge being built in Lee Canyon. The construction might cut into a little fun on the mountain during this summer, though. Lee Canyon is closed during construction this summer. The 10,000 square foot 2-story hillside lodge is expected to open in December this year. It will feature an outdoor heated terrace, a ski-in, ski-out bar, and expanded restrooms. The new hillside lodge will be open for guests year-round. Lee Canyon will have its biggest undertaking during that construction since the ski area opened in 1964 and will totally transform the way guests enjoy that resort year-round, summer, winter, and fall. And stay tuned, News 25 will be right back with area interests concerning the BOCC.
News 25 is brought to you by Bill and Robin Law, injury attorneys. Injured, need money? Get Bill and Robin, your local Pahrump injury attorneys.
Welcome back. Well, the Beatty Airport is getting a huge facelift. That item was discussed among many others at the recent Board of County Commissioners meeting.
During the May 7th Board of County Commissioners meeting, 4 items were brought up in reference to the airport in Beatty. Item 37, which was the first of the 4 items, addressed entering into a contract with Atkins North America Incorporated to provide construction management services to replace the access gate at the airport. Commissioner Cox asked for clarification on how both items 37 and 38 talk about funding 2 different companies to replace the airport access gate at the Beatty Airport. Atkins North America Incorporated for item 37 and Tiberti Fence Company for item 38. Commissioner Wickman clarified that Atkins is the construction management service meant to represent Nye and the owners of the airport, while Tiberti are the ones actually putting up the gate. Item 37 was passed unanimously. Next on the list was awarding a bid to the Tiberti Fence Company in the amount of $40,219 for the replacement of the access gate, and it was passed unanimously with no comments or questions. Item 39 addressed the approval to enter into the contract with Atkins to provide construction management services for the rehabilitation of the airport pavements. While trying to make a motion, the woman filling in for Danielle McKee, whose name wasn't stated, stepped in saying that Task 2 of the 2019 Airport Capital Improvement Plan was approved back in May 2018 and didn't need to be included in this motion. Commissioner Wickman amends her motion and makes a new motion without the second task. Item 40, the fourth and final item regarding the Beatty Airport, was to award a bid to Qualcomm Contractors Incorporated in the amount of $610,393. Commissioner Cox asked Public Works Director Tim Dahl to clarify why the airport is so important for the public so they can understand why so much money is being invested in it.
Primarily, all of our airports are supported by the FAA to continue to make safer for the pilots that fly in and out of those airports. That's the primary goal of the FAA, is safety, safety, safety. So anything that is deemed by them to be safe in their eyes, they are 100%, well, 93.75% of. And we continue to welcome their input at our airports to allow them to grow into hopefully something that we can have many more hangars at those airports, and getting fuel out there will help our Beatty Airport to help it grow. And I'll be back in front of the board in the future to get some water out there, to get our pilots lounge going and allow that to flourish.
All items involving the Beatty Airport were passed unanimously.
All those in favor say aye.
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 And the Board of County Commissioners has also started a fund earmarked for the detention center. That item was also recently discussed in BOCC chambers.
Reject Nye County Resolution number 2019-17, a resolution to create a fund entitled Nye County Jail Fund.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Further discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Mr. Chairman.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I have a couple of things I've highlighted on here. The Nye County Jail Fund will, number 8, the Nye County Capital Fund will supplement the Nye County Jail Fund with debt service funds in fiscal year 2020. How much? How much is it going to
The bond payment of $1.4 million.
Okay. In number 9, it says Capital Fund may supplement the jail fund with debt service funds in fiscal year 21 and future fiscal years. Future fiscal years, I thought, is that just addressing it open-ended in case it doesn't go to phase 2?
Correct. In case if this plan doesn't move forward as we anticipate, this is the contingency that the board could make the bond payment out of the capital fund.
Okay. Excuse me. And again, just being clear, it says number 12, should the jail fund be closed, the remaining funds will go back. So everything will revert back to where everything originally was.
That's correct.
Debt service fund,
Correct.
etc.
Exactly.
Okay. And lastly, just wanted to be read into the record, all other positions generated to support the ICE contract will be terminated due to lack of funding.
Correct.
I just want that to be clear for people coming on board. You got to look at this. This is the business component of things where you have to look at it and just, hey, you know what? I have increase in business. I'm hiring staff. I have a decrease in business, and I have a decrease in staff. And I know there's been conversations with the union president that is understood. And I just want those staff people coming on board, that just needs to be understood.
Absolutely, and I agree. That's why it's written in the resolution, as well as on the HR side with the job offer letters. It will be included there as well.
Okay, so will that be included? So that will be included in their letters, and
Yes.
there will be somewhere they can sign and say, "Yep, I understand that."
Yes.
Do they have to forego and waive arbitration or anything like that?
I'm not sure. Danelle, do you know the answer to that
No,
question?
it's a condition of employment, as Lieutenant Berkowitz said earlier. It's identified, there's funding goes away, they'll be laid off based on lack of funding and the conditions of their employment.
Okay, thank you.
Further discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Based on our future budget here and the fact that this is going to cause the sheriff to go over budget, and the fact that we are under state watch, I'm not sure this is a good thing that we should be doing right now. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention. Thank you.
Further discussion? Public comment? Call for the question. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed say nay.
Nay.
4-1 passes.
And turning to lighter local news, the owner of Sanders Family Winery, Betsy Sanders, is vying to be your next queen in the Miss Senior Golden Years USA pageant. Sanders is introducing herself to us and is inviting you to the show this June.
Hi, I'm Betsy Sanders, and I'm so happy to tell you that I'm a candidate for Miss Senior Golden Years USA. The pageant is going to be held June 8th at 7 o'clock at Saddle West, and it's going to be lots of fun. And I would like to tell you that I was a school teacher in Vegas for 30 years, and being in the pageant is much more fun.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
All right, let's take a look outside at our current weather conditions through our Glenn Lerner weather cam. And those winds are howling outside. We can see what's happening. It's whipping the camera up and down, but the sun is still shining and there are scattered clouds in the sky. We'll take a closer look at our forecast and what else might be blowing through when we return.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue with today's temperatures. In Las Vegas, we got a high of 70 degrees and a low of 56. In Death Valley, a high of 77 and a low of 62. 66.50 in Amargosa. 62.46 in Beatty. Goldfield at 53.37. Tonopah with a high of 50 and a low of 35. Carson City at 60.40. Fallon at 61.44. And Fernley with a high of 63 and a low of 43. Now today in Pahrump, we have mostly cloudy skies. Our high was 64 degrees. Winds coming out of the south-southwest at 12 miles per hour, 47% humidity, and our sunrise at 5:32 a.m. Now for tonight, it's currently 61 degrees outside. We do have a 30% chance of rain. That rain just doesn't really want to leave us alone that much. We're going to have a low of 50 degrees tonight with winds out of the southeast at 7 miles per hour, humidity at 67%, and our sunset expected around 7:49 p.m. Looking ahead to our 7-day, we still have all of those clouds hanging out, and this Sunday we're expecting a 50% chance of rain. For our temperatures, on Friday we're seeing a high of 75 degrees. On Saturday we're going to climb up just a little bit to 80 degrees. On Sunday with that rain we're going to drop way down to 68 degrees. On Monday and Tuesday we're going to be back in those 70s with the highs of 71 and 79 degrees. And then Wednesday and Thursday we're going to jump up to those 80s with 82 and 86. For overnights, on Friday and Saturday, we're seeing lows of 55 and 56 degrees. On Sunday, once again with that rain, we're going to see a low of 49 degrees that night. And on Monday, we're climbing back up to 53 degrees. And then just Tuesday through Thursday, we're going to be hanging out in about those low 60s, just between 60 and 64 degrees. So now if you can't make it back in time to catch the news live on TV, make sure to check out our Facebook page. You can catch the news live every night at 5, as well as any other news and updates. So now we're going to throw it back to the desk with Jerry.
Thanks so much, Michael. Well, the Memorial Day weekend has begun, and we'd like to let you know that the Disabled American Veterans is having their Memorial Day service at the Chief Tacoma Memorial this Monday at 6 p.m. And if you're looking for pre-Memorial Day festivities, Lakeside is having their 8th annual bash. There'll be barbecue and even a band. The Nearly Departed is performing from 6 until 8:30 p.m. So have a great time and happy pre-Memorial Day. That does it for this edition of News 25. I'm Unette Gentry. Good night.